Good morning, everybody. Hey, there I am. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Friday morning show, sponsored by HB Neal Construction. I'm meteorologist Johnny Lively. Let's take a look at what's going on the Tamco Live Doppler radar. You can see it's starting to get pretty active, mainly north of the I-10 corridor towards College Station, Huntsville, Conroe. But one of the biggest rounds we're seeing are clusters is towards Jasper and the D. Ritter region. Starting to see a lot of lightning strikes, 76 lightning strikes in the last couple of minutes. So we're definitely starting to see more of the thunderstorms popping up. But what we're watching towards the El Campo region is what will be moving into the I-10 corridor a little bit later this morning into the early afternoon. So coverage definitely will be picking up. You can definitely see that here southeast Texas, this is where the most of the rain is. They're pretty scattered across the country. A little bit better towards the East Texas and Dallas region, but definitely active here in the southeast Texas region. We're going to see that actually pick up. So here we are looking at the satellite and radar sponsored by Tamco HailGuard. Lots of clouds. You got the moisture from the Gulf moving in, moisture from the Pacific. All of this is kind of combining together, giving us a good little setup for some showers and thunderstorms, not only today, but tomorrow as well, too. You can definitely see those storms popping up in our general region. We expect that coverage to pick up later this morning, really in the next couple of hours. Temperatures, they're not spreading around too much in here in the state of Texas or just in the deep south. You can find some 40s far toward the north, but Texas all the way to Florida, we are ranging from the low 60s to upper 60s to the near 70 degree, thanks to our sponsor of Do Good Credit Union. And this is actually somewhat of a big change what we saw yesterday. No 50s at all this morning. Low 60s far towards the north. Houston over there in the upper 60s. Down there towards Angleton in the low 70s. Beaumont at 65. Lake Charles at 64. Thanks to Neutron Electrical Services showing us what's going on here locally in the temperature department. Again, yesterday, 12, 14, 15 degrees cooler in some spots. Not today. That is completely gone. We are 5, 6, some areas 8 to 9 degrees warmer than we were yesterday on Thursday morning. Thanks again to our sponsor of Do Good Credit Union showing us those big temperatures. If you don't like the weather here, just sleep on it, nap on it. I promise you it definitely changed. Later this morning, the weather should be changing. We actually, I believe, but around 11 o'clock this morning to around 2, 3 p.m. in the afternoon, this is going to be our highest chance we get up to 50 to 60% coverage. So today is definitely iffy for the outdoor and construction forecast sponsored by Modern Concrete Material. Tomorrow on Saturday is going to be very similar today as well, too. It's next week once we finally start getting mostly dry weather. So Modern Concrete will definitely like all that weather coming in next week. They can get a lot of things accomplished. Today's going to be iffy because we've got the showers and thunderstorms moving in. We start getting that scattered nature later this morning. You can see we start getting the heat later this morning, so the coverage definitely starts picking up along the I-10 corridor. You can get it in the Lakes region as well, too, and into parts of southwest Louisiana. Definitely want to show that the coverage is going to be picking up later this morning into the afternoon. And it kind of moves a little bit northward as once we get into the evening time hours. And overnight tonight, everything kind of dies down. But it's once we get into Saturday morning, we're going to be watching from the west once again because another round of 60% coverage is expected Saturday morning into Saturday afternoon all across the region. There's that warm moisture coming in. The heat of the day on Saturday starts firing up another round of locally heavy rainfall that we can see. Once we get into Saturday late afternoon, Saturday evening, we can get another additional round. So off and on rounds today and somewhat tomorrow as well, too. It's not going to 100% be a complete washout the next couple of days. We're going to just seeing some rounds for some isolated locally heavy rainfall. Once we get into Mother's Day Sunday, this looks mostly dry, not only in the morning, but throughout the majority of Sunday, Mother's Day Sunday. It's Sunday evening that we're going to watch for the potential for some storms to try to hold and move into our region. We'll see if they actually do, but most of Sunday looks pretty much mostly dry. It's the evening time hours we're going to watch for the rain to move in. Here's the forecast we're looking at rainfall totals wise. This is going to be kind of tricky when talking about the isolated spots. I think widespread, we're going to get up to really a half an inch to an inch of rain today and tomorrow. The potential is definitely there. It's the yellow to orange shaded ranges and a little bit of the red, these isolated pockets. This is where it gets kind of questionable. 2, 3, 4 inches of rain definitely is possible in these isolated areas. That's what we'll be watching widespread wise. About a half an inch to an inch definitely does seem likely, but these isolated areas could get up to 2, 3, 4 inches. Thanks again to Switch Electric showing us about the rainfall and what to expect. Here we are with our afternoon temperature today. Thanks to the cloud cover, thanks to the 50 to 60% coverage, this is going to keep us into the 70s. Angleton and Lake Jackson could get close to that 80 degree mark, but everybody else will be into the 70s. 70s thanks to Silsby Ford. Get you one. Then overnight tonight, I don't think we're going to have a problem with the rain. It's really not until Saturday morning we start seeing that, so that's why you have that logo there, that icon in the top right hand. But you can tell it's definitely warm. Upper 60s to low 70s all across the board. Galveston getting into the mid to upper 70s overnight into Saturday morning. Here's our 7-day forecast for Southeast Texas. Today and tomorrow, definitely our best chance for some rain. It's not going to be all day. We're definitely going to see some rounds of possibly some locally heavy rainfall. Mother's Day Sunday does not look bad. It's not until the late afternoon, mainly into the evening time hours, we might see some storms trying to hold getting into our region. But again, most of the day on Mother's Day Sunday does not look bad. And then once we get into Sunday night, Monday, and next week, it is mostly dry. Temperatures warm up a little bit, but the big story is going to be the dry conditions that we're going to be seeing. Here we are for Southwest Louisiana. Today and tomorrow is our best potential for some rain. Maybe some locally heavy rainfall. 2, 3, 4 inches of rain cannot be impossible for some isolated areas. And then Mother's Day Sunday does not look bad. It's in the evening time. We'll be watching for some storms to hold. And then once we get into next week, we definitely start drying out. So to sum up today, we definitely will be watching for some locally heavy rainfall, 50 to 60% coverage. Please go download the free Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app. We're actually going to dive back into the radar before we end the show, just seeing how this is kind of picking up. So we didn't have much of anything, but some pretty decent coverage north of the I-10 corridor. Let me pause this real quick. There we are. So you can see we've definitely got the storms towards Conroe, Huntsville, Jasper region. Definitely seeing that towards the I-10 corridor. Awfully quiet right now, but we do expect the coverage to pick up around 9, really 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock this morning. So thanks again for tuning in to the Friday morning show. I will see y'all tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful Friday. We'll have more posts throughout the day. If you want live 24/7 coverage, definitely go download our app. It gives you all the latest alerts, storms moving into your area, it's moving out of your area. You get all the updates that you need. So please go download the free Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app, and please have a wonderful Friday.
Gulf Coast Weather Solutions is sponsored by
At Gulf Coast Weather Solutions, we focus on delivering reliable weather forecasts. Our new app provides reliable weather updates and alerts no matter where you are. With real-time weather alerts and warnings, you can stay informed and prepared wherever you go. Download the Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app today on the App Store and Google Play and stay connected no matter where you are.